at the week number 17 and the last week of our Football Insiders contest. And Dave, it's been a whale of a season.
It has a lot of ups and downs.
It's going to come down, folks, to the last game, probably the last game on who's on the positioning.
Folks, don't forget to fill out your over-unders this week. It's important. Especially for you still in the running. Make sure you double-check your paper. Get everything circled because this could be for the money here.
Unfortunately, you and I are not in the running for the employee contest.
No, I've been out, but my goal was to hit over 500, which I think I'm doing, so I should be okay.
So as you can tell, our buddy Terry's not with us. He's on Christmas vacation, so Merry Christmas to him. For Davey and myself and Terry, we want to wish everybody in Winnemucca a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And Terry did give me his picks, so we'll be ready. So I guess I'll start it off. I guess I'll be the Terry.
Okay.
That's not great for me. All right. So the first one is the college football playoff semifinal number 1. It's the LSU Tigers minus 13.5 playing Oklahoma. This is the Peach Bowl. I believe this is in Atlanta, right?
I think so, yes.
And, wow. I mean, LSU, quite honestly, Dave, has had the toughest schedule in college football. They're 6-4 against the spread overall. Oklahoma's only 3-7 against the spread. And Oklahoma, in 4 years in this playoff system, have not won a game yet.
I don't know if that's good or bad, Gary, because I'll tell you something. That means you're due. Not only that, getting 13.5, they might be 3-7 against the spread. Remember this. But don't forget they're favored in every game. They're getting 13.5 points here.
And so is LSU. And they're favored big.
Yeah, but
and here's the thing. Oklahoma has their backup running back suspended, their wide receiver suspended. So they've got a little bit of drama going on there. Now, LSU does have their number 1 running back with a hamstring issue. So they don't know how much he's going to play. So there are a couple of injuries in there, but they do have the Heisman Trophy winner, Dave.
Yeah, they do. And I'll tell you something, he's good. And he's also going to be a number 1 draft pick. But
and then what team's going to get that one?
Your bungles are going to bundle into him. But anyway, Oklahoma, I'll tell you what the problem is for Oklahoma. First off, they don't even belong here. The top 3, Ohio State, I'll be honest here. LSU, Ohio State, Clemson could all beat each other on any given day.
I agree.
Oklahoma can't beat them on any day. I'm just saying that I'm not even sure they belong here. I could think of other teams that I won't bring them up, but I could think of other teams that might belong here before them. But they got stuffed in here because let's face it, their record's okay.
Yeah.
But you see them; they have no defense.
No, they're terrible.
They're terrible on defense. LSU should chop them right up.
Okay.
But 13.5's big in a Final Four.
Just so you know, Terry has went with LSU. I'm going to go with LSU. And who are you going with?
You know what? I'm going to go with LSU, but it's a lot of points in this Final Four series is all I'm saying. That's the most I've ever seen.
Okay. Well, in the second semifinal college football playoffs, well, folks, in case you haven't figured it out, yeah, I'm representing the Buckeyes already. The Clemson Tigers are a 2.5-point favorite over my Ohio State Buckeyes in the Fiesta Bowl in Arizona. Let me tell you something. Ohio State has the second ranked defense. But unfortunately, Clemson has the first-ranked defense.
they're here for a reason.
Ohio State, I think, is the more rounded team, to be honest with you. But these two teams played in the semifinal in 2016 in Tempe, Arizona, the same exact field, and Clemson wiped them out 31-0. I don't see that happening this time. But my buddy Terry, well, he took Clemson already. I think he just did that to spite me, though.
I don't think he'd do that, but I'm serious. I don't think he'd do that. He's just picking the winners, I think. Anyway, I'm going to go with Terry. I'm going Clemson.
So Dave's going with Terry, too.
Sentimentally, it might be with Ohio State because they're an East Coast team, I'll be honest. But I don't think they could beat this team. Clemson's the best team. I think they're the best of the 4.
Okay, so I'm wearing Buckeyes. What do you guys think? Yeah, of course. It's the eyes.
With the fact you said you hated my Eagles last week when they played Dallas, kind of led into my pick.
I'm sorry, Dave.
Kind of weighed into my decision making.
But my wife took your Eagles, okay?
Yes, she did. I noticed that, too. Not too much gets past me.
But anyways, in our last college game for segment number 1, we're in the Cotton Bowl, and it's your Penn State Nittany Lions minus 7.5 against the Memphis Tigers. Now, Dave, Memphis is 0-4 in their last 4 bowl games. They're 6-4 on the season against the spread. Penn State's 4-6 against the spread. But let's face it, Penn State plays a much tougher schedule.
Oh, yeah. Let's face it. Memphis is playing Tulane, Temple.
Yep.
I mean, SMU. They don't play like Penn State plays. But still, Memphis is tough, and they can score points. I'm going to take Memphis in the 7.5 points to hang with Penn State. Penn State's going to win and not cover the spread. So I'll still be happy.
Well, Terry took the Penn State Nittany Lions. And believe it or not, folks, I'm with Dave on this because I got a feeling, well, I'm 4 behind Anton in our employee contest. He's going to take Penn State. I'm going to take Memphis in this one and see what happens right there. So that's going to do it for segment number 1. When we come back, Dave and myself, and of course Terry's picks here, we're going to cover the first 4 pro games on our contest. Welcome back, folks, to segment number 2. And, Davey, I don't have much to say about this first game. It's the Titans minus 5.5 against the Texans in Houston.
Well, they just played like 2 weeks ago. I took the Texans over the Titans. But I'll tell you, some things have changed. Texans are in.
Yeah, Texans are in. And the Titans are technically in right now. But they got to win.
Well, you're not in until you win that last one. You got to seal the deal. The Texans are going to sit their players. I'm going to take the Titans here.
And I agree with you.
And you know something, the Titans team, everyone's thinking that Henry, first off, he's hurt anyway.
Right.
But they think it's a smash mouth version. It's not. They pass the ball. They score. Tennessee's pretty good this year.
All right, well.
I'm going to take Tennessee to try to get in them playoffs.
Well, to go against you, Terry has taken the Houston Texans.
Okay.
I, too, though, am going to take the Titans. This is a must-have game. And you know what? They were even with the Saints until the very end. I thought Tannehill played lights out last week, and I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans to win this game for sure.
Tannehill should be comeback player of the year, no doubt about that.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree with you. In our second contest, the Bears, well, they've had a disappointing year. They're at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings minus 7.5. They looked terrible on Monday Night Football, the Minnesota Vikings. They've been 5-5 against the spread this year.
You know something, they talk about the East. This North ain't too exciting to watch.
No, huh?
And that includes Green Bay.
Well, the Bears, they're 2-8 against the spread this season. They're 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games. But here's something. They're 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 meetings against Minnesota. I can't even believe that.
Oh, I'm 0-5s, 0-5s. They shouldn't get nothing for Christmas. All right.
Coal in their stockings.
Yeah, that's enough for them. Yeah, this is big. Vikings have to win this game.
Well, they're in the playoffs.
Oh, they're in?
They're in. Their seed will not change. They are the 5 seed. They will be on the road no matter what, and most likely they will go to Houston. So the NFC is pretty.
To Houston?
Yeah. Houston's.
They're in the AFC.
Wait a minute. Hold on here. Let me get this right.
You mean Seattle or San Fran?
Yeah, let me get this right. Hold on here. I got to get this right.
You're watching too many Nassau movies. Yes, Houston, this is Christmas.
Okay, so they've got the Minnesota Vikings going to the Saints. Minnesota being the 6th seed, playing the Saints. And they have slated right now the Seahawks, the 5 seed, going to your Philadelphia Eagles as of right now. And the Texans would host the Bills. So you're right. So sorry about that.
No problem.
So Terry's got the Vikings in this one. And wait a minute, we're still on the Texan game?
No, we're in the Vikings.
Yeah, we're on the Vikings. So Terry's taking the Vikings on this, and you haven't taken.
I'm going to take the Bears. They're 5-0 against them. Their number, they can still salvage out some for respect for the end of the season here. I'm going to take the Bears.
Okay.
And Vikings really don't impress me at all. They're not that good.
I think the Vikings right the ship. They want to play well going into the playoffs. I'm going to take the Vikings and give the 7.5 here. So we'll see what happens on this. In our third contest here in segment number 2, the Atlanta Falcons are at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are a 1.5-point favorite at home. I can't believe the Buccaneers are favored by anybody. Jameis Winston is P.U. Draft a quarterback.
They're not going to. He had a pretty good season. He has a lot of touchdowns.
He was horrible.
I know.
He had what do you have, 20 touchdowns? Guess what? He had 20 interceptions, too.
25 interceptions.
The guy's
like
terrible. He's terrible.
Anyway, if they like slinging the ball like that and playing like that, I think their fans are sick of Winston. I don't know. That's going to be a good one to watch.
Get rid of him.
This last game might matter for him. I'm going to take Tampa Bay because of that.
Are you? Well, guess what? Terry took Tampa Bay as well.
You know, Tampa Bay is a bunch of good receivers on that team.
Well, here's the thing. The home team is 4-1 against the spread in this series. Tampa Bay is 9-1-2 against the spread in December. The Falcons are 2-5-1 against the spread in Tampa Bay, and they're 5-1 against the spread in December. I cannot stand Jameis Winston. I hated him in college. I hate him even more now. I'm taking the Falcons no matter what.
Okay.
How's that, Davey?
How's that, folks?
All right, for our last contest here on the segment number 2, the Jets have been a huge disappointment this year. They are at the Buffalo Bills, who have been a very big, pleasant surprise. The Bills are a 1.5-point favorite. They're 5-1-1 against the spread in their division. The Bills are, and the hapless Jets, well, they're 2-5 against the spread in Buffalo. Terry's taking the Bills. This is a no-brainer for me. I too am taking the Bills. And Davey?
Bills. I called the Bills in the beginning of the year. I said they were going to be here. I was right.
Yep, you were right. And so, but you still like the Ravens to go all the way.
Yes, in the AFC, yes. I'm not saying win the Super Bowl. I'm saying the AFC, yes. Without a doubt.
I think they get upset. But that's going to end it for segment number 2. When we come back for segment number 3, Dave and myself, plus Terry's picks here, we're going to cover the last 3 pro games, and we're going to give you our best picks of the week. Welcome back, folks, to segment number 3, and right off the chute, well, this is my buddy Sean Marcinic's team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Blech, they're in my division.
My family likes the Steelers.
And the Ravens, blech, they're in my division too. Terry's taking the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the problem with the Baltimore Ravens. They're resting everybody.
Well, I'll tell you, that is a problem, I think. But Steelers really, they're fizzling, boy.
They got to win. Now, Mason Rudolph will not play, so they're going with Duck Hodges, their third-string quarterback.
Told you I hated the Duck last week.
You did say you didn't like.
I knew that fad wasn't going to last. I'm
but
sorry.
You know what? I still think that the Steelers will win this week, but they're not going to make the playoffs because the Titans are going to win, and the Titans win the tiebreaker. So I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers as well in this one, even though Terry took the Ravens. So I'm on them. And who are you going to be on?
You know what? You have a good point there. Because I'll tell you, I ain't going to play anybody good. Why would you? If they're crazy, everybody have home field locked up and everything, why would you play all your guys risking getting hurt?
It's exactly
I'm
what
going
they're
to take the Steelers. Plus, they have something to play for. They might pull it off.
Yep.
Then again, I really can't see it. But still, I'll go Steelers.
How do you really feel about it? You're not a Duck man?
The Duck just don't do it for me. I got to do the Duck walk.
That's true. At work,
I do it mean Duck walk.
When we do the Duck walk here at work, we have to do that. All right, here's a very, very big game. The Eagles at the Giants. The Eagles are 4.5-point favorites. I lost my fanny on the Eagles last week. The Giants are 0-5 against the spread as a home dog. The road team in this series is 4-1 against the spread. Unfortunately now, the Eagles are 1-4 against the spread versus the Giants, but they're 9-3 against the spread in New York. So if you're an Eagles fan, that bodes well. Let me tell you something. Terry's taking the Eagles. He circled them right away. I'm going for the Giants.
All right, go ahead.
You went for Clemson.
Let me tell you something. The Giants haven't beat the Eagles since Nixon was in office, and he got impeached. The Eagles win easy, and they go to the playoffs. All right.
All right. You heard it right here. We can't put the other the Cowboys, because don't they play it late at night?
Do they have a team?
They have
They're
a team.
tough. They're tough.
Oh, okay. And here's the last game. This game has no effect on the playoffs whatsoever. The Cardinals are at the Rams. The Rams are a 7.5
It might
point
be something for the Cardinals, though.
Yes.
Momentum-wise.
Yeah, but they're out of the playoffs.
Right, so are the Rams.
So the Rams are 6-1-1 against the spread as a road dog this year. And they're 6-3 against the spread overall. The Rams are 4-0 against the spread following a straight-up loss. Well, that happened last week, and they're 6-4 overall against the spread. Terry took the Cardinals in this one. I, too, am going to take the Cardinals in this one.
I think I'm going to take the Cardinals, too. I'll tell you why. 'Cause it's got to be hard for them to get up for this game after everything that's happened to them. Unless they still have a winning record, they're not going to make the playoffs. It's tough,
Yeah.
but that's how it goes.
Yep, that's exactly how it goes.
I'm going to take the Cardinals as well, so they'll try to finish the season on a high note.
All right. So for our best bets, folks, well, Terry stabbed me in the heart. He took the Clemson Tigers over my Buckeyes. Doggone him, anyways. So you know what that means? I'm coming right back at you, Terry. I'm taking the Ohio State Buckeyes as my best bet. So that's what I'm going with.
I'm going to do one. I'm going to one up both of you.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to give you a 2-team parlay for my best bet.
Whoa!
Clemson and the E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles. 2-teamer for my best bet.
Davy's got a 2.
I got to get an extra win on you anyway. But anyway, Clemson and Eagles is going to be my parlay.
Clemson and the Eagles. Okay, that'll be good. Hey, we had a really great turnout last night or this past Monday for Monday Night Football. I want to thank everybody for coming out. It was a lot of fun. We're going to try to figure out maybe to do something for Super Bowl or maybe one of the playoff games as well. And then don't forget, folks, we got March Madness coming up. We're going to have a great time. Also, we have our New Year's Eve dinner and party. So you got to work that night. Lucky you.
I've been here a long time. It doesn't.
He can't get it off, folks. Longest manager with us, tenure, and he can't get off New Year's Eve. What does that tell you?
I'm off New Year's Eve.
Are you not? Oh, you are.
Well, you're a mountain of misinformation.
Oh,
on this
that's
show.
right. It's his actual day off, doggone it. That's the only reason you're off. All right, folks. For our partner, Terry, who's out of town, for my buddy Dave, I'm Gary. Merry Christmas and
Merry
goodbye,
Christmas,
everybody.
everyone.